Commission, as of 4 p.m., voter turnout stood at 15.72%, marking a record high for this stage at a notable increase compared to the same time during the 2022 election. The highest turnout so far has been in South Jeolla province, while Daegu recorded the lowest. Early voting continues through tomorrow, May 30th. Voters are required to bring ballot identification to cast their ballots. The official election day is scheduled for June 3rd, next Tuesday. South Korea is seeking clarity from the U.S. after reports of a pause in new student visa interviews, possibly due to planned social media vetting. The U.S. Embassy in Seoul has not confirmed a full suspension, only saying that interview scheduling is flexible and applications are still being accepted. In local news, on the first day of early voting for the 21st presidential election, polling proceeded smoothly across 206 locations in Busan, starting at 6 a.m. As of 4 p.m., voter turnout in the city reached 13.72%. Long lines formed during lunch breaks, with many squeezing in time to vote. Disruptions included a man claiming election fraud at a Suyeonggu district polling station and a report of suspected voter transportation in Busan Jinggu district, both reported to authorities. Busan National University will merge with Busan National University of Education, pending final approval tomorrow. The unified university will launch on March 1, 2027. The merger aims to address declining enrollment and improve teacher education, with each president overseeing separate campuses. A joint committee with the city and education office will help guide the new teacher training system. The Yeonjae campus will specialize in education, while PNU's broader academic resources will support the merged institution. In international news, a U.S. federal court has blocked President Donald Trump's broad tariff measures, ruling that he exceeded his authority by using emergency powers to impose tariffs on nearly all foreign imports. The ruling also holds tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada. In response, Trump's team immediately filed an appeal, arguing that judges should not decide how to handle national emergencies. For now, no changes will take effect at the border. The lawsuit was filed by 5 small businesses that rely on imported goods, including a wine importer and a bicycle store. And now for today's weather. The current weather in Busan is mostly clear, with a temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. The temperature will average around 17 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In the UK, people sometimes start their day with a full English breakfast, such as eggs, bacon, toast, and baked beans. In parts of Africa, breakfast might include porridge made from millet or maize, sometimes served with vegetables. In Thailand, a warm bowl of rice soup is a common and comforting morning meal. Though different around the world, breakfast gives us the energy we need to begin the day. No matter where you are, a good breakfast could be the fuel that powers your morning. Well, hello there everybody, my name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan. Let's kick things off with I Really Like You by Carly Rae Jepsen.
I really wanna stop, but I just got the taste for it. I feel like I could fly with the ball on the moon. So honey, hold my hand, you like making me wait for it. I feel like I could die walking up to the room. Oh yeah, late night watching television, but how we get in this position is way too soon. I know this isn't love, but I need to tell you something. I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? Oh, did I say too much? I'm so in my head when we're out of touch. I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? It's like everything you say is a sweet revelation. All I wanna do is get into your head. That we could stay alone, you and me and the temptation. Sipping on your lips, hanging on by a thread. Baby, late night watching television, but how we get in this position is way too soon. I know this isn't love, but I need to tell you something. I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? Oh, did I say too much? I'm so in my head when we're out of touch. I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? Who gave you eyes like that? Said you could keep them. I don't know how to act or if I should be leaving. I'm running out of time, going out of my mind. I need to tell you something. Yeah, I need to tell you something. Yeah, I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? Oh, did I say too much? I'm so in my head when we're out of touch. I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to? Yeah, I need to tell you something. I really, 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 really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me to?
I Really Like You by Carly Rae Jepsen. That song takes me back to like university. The music video is it's with Tom Hanks. Ang PD, have you seen the music video? Tom Hanks is in the music video and he's just a guy that she likes. 되게 재밌어요. Yeah. It's a funny music video. Cute song as well. Welcoming you all to For Your Busan. How you doing? It's Thursday already. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, in the beginning, we were talking about breakfast. Do you tend to eat breakfast or do you tend to skip breakfast? Everyone's different. Now, I know in the intro we said things like, breakfast is an important fuel that powers your morning. But, there's always studies on both sides that say some are good, some are bad. So really, just do what you like. If you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry, probably don't have to eat, right? Personally, for me, I don't really eat breakfast. I'm just never hungry in the mornings. I don't think about food until a few hours after I've woken up, usually. But what about you? Now, a lot of people don't eat a proper breakfast, sometimes because they're too busy, they're not hungry, or maybe because they don't have time. Now, I think my stomach just kind of made a weird noise. That's probably because I'm kind of hungry right now. However, many studies have shown that eating breakfast does have benefits in our health, and it acts as a sort of fuel that starts the day. Now, it's not only adults, but students also tend to skip breakfast. Some choose extra sleep over breakfast, while others skip it for dietary reasons. But especially for students who are still growing, eating a breakfast is usually recommended. The city of Busan is launching a new project to help students eat breakfast. Now, the Metropolitan Office of Education in Busan plans to actively promote the Eat Breakfast campaign to help students develop healthy eating habits and to encourage rice consumption. Now, the program includes support for student athletes with rice donations and the distribution of easy-to-eat rice meals in connection with morning walking programs. Specifically, 20 student athletes selected by the Education Office will receive 2 10-kilogram bags of rice every month until the end of the year. In addition, 15 pilot schools participating in the morning walking program will be provided with rice-based meals and rice cakes for breakfast. Now, while eating breakfast is important, what we eat is also key. So, maybe healthy foods that give energy and proper nutrition could be a better choice. And also maybe waking up just 20 minutes earlier could make that possible. You know, I like Korean breakfasts. Thing is, though, what I've seen, most Korean people, when they eat breakfast, they just have cereal or toast. No, don't they? Cereal? Why do they sell cereal in supermarkets?
Just for eating.
Just for eating? What do you have for breakfast if you eat?
I didn't eat.
Oh, Ang PD doesn't eat it. Then, interesting. Well, okay, what do Korean people eat for breakfast? Rice?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was because I asked my friend, and he said, 아침에 밥을 잘 안 먹는데 그냥 뭐 가끔씩 뭐 생일이나. They say they eat rice. And so I was like, oh, okay. I guess everyone is different. I guess 사람마다 다르겠죠. Anyway, whatever you choose to eat, if it's good. In England, we don't eat full English breakfast every day. That would make us really fat. So we really just eat cereal and toast in the morning oftentimes. But anyway, that's not the important thing. I want to know what you do. I will ask you today's text topic in just a moment, but before that, we've got a lot of people messaging in, which is always nice to see. We have Ziznim saying 1등. Well, Ziz, hello, welcome to the show. Is it your first time here? And then saying, hi, 선생님. Yeah, I haven't been called 선생님 in maybe 7 years. 7년 만에 선생님이라고. Wow, that's very nice to hear. Thank you. Welcome to the show, Ziznim. Summonim as well, saying 안녕하세요, 매일 듣고 있는데 채팅은 오랜만이네요. It's been a while since I've seen you, Summonim. Fantastic to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Jinli Nim as well, saying hi, Nick. And third, welcome, Jinli Nim. Good to see you bright and early as always. Benny Nim. This is a record low for you of 4th place. But happy Thursday to you. Juliet Nim saying, I pressed the like button, but 좀 이따 봐요. 그리고 Jinli Nim, congratulations on coming 3rd, I guess she said. And also saying, oh no, I forgot to say hello to my sarang Nick. It's okay, Juliet Nim. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. You do what you do. You know, do your work and then come back and say hi whenever you've got time. Sangmin Park Nim as well. Welcome to the show, my friend. Busan Adenim as well. Quite early today. Good to see you. As Hangyun Nim saying, Carly Rae Jepsen is one of my most favorite singers and I love Call Me Maybe. Yeah, that's a classic party tune. In my opinion, the highlight scene of the I Really Like You MV was when Carly tells Tom, I'm pregnant, then I'm kidding. I don't remember that bit, but I just remember it's Tom Hanks, but that's pretty funny. What a sport Tom Hanks is for going along with that music video. Well, everyone, send your messages to me. If you don't know what to say, but you want to send a message, I'll give you today's text topic. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 일주일에 아침을 몇 번이나 먹나요? 그리고 어떤 메뉴를 가장 자주 먹나요? So how often do you eat breakfast in a week? And what do you usually choose to eat? If I have to answer, I would say maybe once a week, maybe on Saturdays. On the weekend, because I've got a bit of yoyu, right? I can wake up slowly and then I can think, you know, I'll have some breakfast. I'll make a bagel or something like that. But yeah, I guess when I was a kid, I would just eat cereal and toast, as you do every morning. Anyway, tell me what you would do. Send me your messages to #9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101. KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. How often do you eat cereal in a week and what do you usually eat? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what's coming up in today's show. We've got Busan Times catching up on the day's top stories in Busan with news anchor Claire Kim. Nick's Deep Dive, time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. And then Buglisi Challenge, a quiz segment where locals use their own version of Busan English with a special reporter. And then in the second half, we're going to have On the Mic, stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of Busan, Busan Quizmaster, a daily interactive quiz time with a prize, and then We Are Family in Busan, stories from multicultural families around the city, and Matthew will be here to take us through that. So lots of stuff going on today. You're not going to want to miss it. Send your messages to me, and let's have some fun today, this Thursday. Don't go anywhere, because we're coming back with Busan Times.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 4:17 in the afternoon, and joining me on this lovely Thursday is Claire Nim. 안녕하십니까?
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
Good.
We didn't see you yesterday. It was your day off.
I know.
Yeah, feel refreshed.
I hope everyone missed me.
They did. They're like, where's Claire? I'm not joining without Claire. I want to ask you a question. Are you, like, 아침을 먹는 편이신가요? 아니면
I used to be, but not anymore.
What? Okay, then. So these days you don't. Is it for dietary reasons or just lazy reasons or
Lazy reason.
lazy reasons? You don't-
If they allow me to count my latte as my breakfast, that will be my
I wouldn't count lattes at breakfast. It's just sugar calories. Okay, then when did you kind of stop eating breakfast?
Oh, I think when I was working, I used to have like toast.
Yeah.
I had time.
Yeah. I guess a very Western breakfast.
Yeah. And then
England.
yogurt.
Yeah.
Yogurt.
I was just asking Ang PD. I was like, because in Korea, in all the supermarkets, they sell like cereal, lots of cereal.
Oh, yes.
근데 아침에 안 먹는데요. Like, for you. Okay, just for Ang PD. Okay. I mean, I do sometimes like cereal at nighttime if I fancy some
think that's like
chocolate
snacks.
cereal, Cocoa Pops or whatever. But usually it's a breakfast thing.
Yeah,
And
usually.
in England and maybe Australia too, it's either toast, cereal, if you're feeling fancy, a yogurt or something
Yogurt,
else.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very simple, probably not very nutritious. Banana.
Apple and banana. That's the.
I swear, people in England don't eat fruit. I never ate.
Really?
I rarely ate fruit when I lived in the UK. So it's great coming to Korea. Okay. Anyway, so this is Busan Times, where we go over stuff that's going on around the city, and it's an important day coming up.
Yes. Today is an early voting day. It kicked off today.
Yeah.
So you can vote anywhere from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., no matter your office address. Just a heads up, on election day, June 3rd, next Tuesday, you'll have to vote at your registered residence. So if you moved after May 2nd, it's best to get it done now.
And we're already seeing record numbers. The turnout's in the double digits, the highest ever for early voting.
Yes, so if you've got 10 minutes and a valid ID, make your voice heard. Now, shall we get into today's stories?
Let's do it.
First up, let's talk about something that sounds a little technical, but it's actually a big deal for Busan's manufacturing economy. Busan has been selected for not one, but two national projects to modernize what's called the root industries.
Root industries, like digging things up.
Yeah, not quite. The term 뿌리 산업 or root industries refer to the foundational manufacturing processes like casting, welding, molding, surface treatment. It's the industrial backbone that makes all the shiny tech stuff possible.
You know, they say when AI takes everyone's jobs, these
Yes.
jobs will be the only ones left. So
Yes.
these will be the high-quality jobs that everyone
Fundamental,
wants.
yes,
Using your
foundation.
hands. So what's the plan for this?
Well, Busan was picked by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy for a major support program. One project is turning the Busan textile dyeing processing complex into a high-tech, eco-friendly mobility textile cluster. Over 3 years, the city will pour over 4.4 billion Korean won into this transformation.
So textile meets cars.
Exactly. Think of fabrics and coatings used inside electric vehicles. Heat resistant, light, sustainable. This new zone, dubbed MADE, which means Mobility Advanced Dyeing Ecosystem, will lead research, co-develop new materials, and even train specialists.
There's one thing we learn on Busan Times is that Korea loves its acronyms. Right?
Make everything to agree.
Everything's an acronym, but it makes sense. It's easy to remember, right?
And on the western side of the city, the Changnim Surface Treatment Complex will receive 1.7 billion won this year to build a smart IoT, which means Internet of Things, another acronym-based eco-treatment
Is that
system.
another one?
They'll be using sensors to monitor and manage wastewater in real time.
That sounds both high-tech and very green.
Exactly. It's not just about innovation, it's about sustainability. They're also building something called the Eco-Tech Vision Room, a kind of exhibition and learning space where companies can exchange ideas, display water recycling modules, and train employees.
So this is a great combo of industrial roots and a digital future as well. What would be the big takeaway from here?
So Busan wants to lead in transforming traditional manufacturing into eco-friendly, data-driven industries. As Mayor Park said, this is a chance to leap forward in global competitiveness while creating a sustainable ecosystem.
Okay, great stuff. Good news about the future as always. Now, let's talk about something a bit more relaxing. Now, this one sounds kind of dreamy. A library by the sea?
It really is. Starting June 14th and running every weekend until the 29th, Busan Sea Library will pop up along the waterfront at Millak Waterside Park, Millak Subyeong공원. Picture this: beanbags, open tents, sea breeze, and hundreds of books.
You know, I was at Subyeong공원 about a week ago, and the tents were there. But I don't think anyone.
I saw them. Yeah, I saw
not many
them
people knew about it, so I got to go in a tent for a while. But I think now they're starting to 요즘 많이 뜨고 있어가지고 I think it's going to become really popular.
Yes.
Especially with these activities. What kind of activities are we talking about?
So there's something for everyone. Themed reading spaces with names like Light, Waves, Sunrise, Travel, and even Love. There'll be curated books from local libraries and publishers, comfy seating, and spaces like the book tent zone you mentioned, a tent-style mini campsite where you can chill and read.
I love the idea of camping with books.
Right, and there's more. Author talks, family-friendly yoga and reading programs, and a section called Book Bark Zone, where you can bring your pet and relax. You can even try out Busan's e-library service there.
It's quite an upgrade from a quiet corner library.
Totally. Plus, there'll be an outdoor flea market called Car Boot Sale and a lead brew zone where you can sip local coffee and chat about books. Performances will run into the evening, jazz, classical, breakdancing, you name it.
So it's like a music festival and a book fair. Kind of had a baby in some way.
Exactly. And the best part, it's free. Some programs need advance sign-up, but most are open to anyone who strolls by. For full detail, check out their site or Insta.
Yeah, and that's great stuff. I do love anything by the ocean here in Busan, especially that area of Gwangali and Subyeong공원.
Yes.
So exciting stuff.
Great weather for it.
Yeah. And now on to something else which is also lovely and amazing. It's our furry friends, right?
Yes, that's
Busan's
right.
opening parks.
Starting this June, Busan will launch a pilot program allowing dogs into designated grass zones at major parks across 16 districts. The program runs through October October and aims to make parks more inclusive for pet owners.
Oh, that's a big shift. Usually it's keep off the grass for dogs, right?
Exactly, but with more than 30% of households now raising pets, the city is responding to growing demand for shared outdoor spaces. Until now, pets weren't allowed on most lawn areas, but that's changing, at least in some zones, for now.
So what can people expect in these newly opened areas?
They'll be able to bring portable chairs, picnic mats, even pop-up shade tents. As long as everything is packed out after use, it's all about promoting self-managed, respectful use of the space.
Okay, now this is great, but there will probably be some rules for the dogs.
There are a few important ones. Dog must be leashed at all times. Owners must clean up after their pets. Shade tents should be placed where they don't block pathways or disturb others.
Okay.
And these areas will be monitored during the trial period so the city can decide whether to expand the program later on.
It sounds like a good balance, more freedom for dog lovers, but still being respectful to other park goers without animals.
Indeed, the city hopes this leads to coexisting pet-friendly park culture. They've also said the specific areas and rules will be announced by each district depending on the park's layout and needs.
And it's not just about the pets, is it?
No, it's about everyone. Parks are public spaces meant to reflect how we live today. Making room for pets just makes them more vibrant, inclusive, and family-friendly.
That's fantastic. So I'd love to see more dogs out enjoying the sunshine. Our furry friends deserve all the love and all the fun they can have in their short time on this earth.
Yeah, same here. It's a small step, but one that could really improve daily life for a lot of people and their pets.
For sure. Well, this wraps up another sunshine-filled edition of Busan Times. Lots of great stuff from Smart Factory, Seaside Pages, Green Parks, Wagging Tails. It's been a lot of good news.
It really has. And one last gentle nudge before we go. Early voting ends tomorrow at 6 p.m. So if you haven't cast your vote yet and you've moved recently, don't wait, make it count.
For sure, because on June the 3rd, you'll need to vote at your official registered address. So today or tomorrow is your window if that's changed.
Exactly. Let's keep building that record-breaking turnout. I'll be back with more updates tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a bright and beautiful Thursday and happy voting.
Thank you very much. Before you go, 고수님 thinks that you're trying. He says, 클레어님 웃음 억지로 참으시면서 진행하시는 것 같아요. Are you often like repressing a laugh when you talk, or
Well,
sometimes?
I don't know, sometimes.
Like right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, 맞으시다면 크게 한번 웃고 가시죠. There you go. There you go. You're right. She just laughed. It was always a pleasure, Claire, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Me too. Bye.
Bye. All right, we're going to take a song break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is One More Dance by David.
After watching you go, the smile on your face as the music starts to play, to empty your brain, a form of escape. Dance with your eyes wide shut, 40 degrees around us, holding you closer than before. The only way I'm letting you go is if I can see my hands, if my heart beats one less, faster than it's ever before. All that I ask of you is one more dance, but only if you can. 'Cause while they stare at us, it wouldn't make sense for us to stop the music from playing or still listen. All I'm saying is most of these people don't mean nothing. They don't into my hands.
내게 탐구생활. New buzzwords are created every day. That's why we try to stay updated by regularly checking the news and social media to get used to these new terms. Of course, not all of them are brand new, but there are many terms that can sound unfamiliar to those who are not closely connected to certain topics. One such term is 스드메. Do you know what this word means? 스드메 is a shortened form that combines studio photos, dress rental, and makeup services, which are essential elements for preparing for a wedding in Korea. After deciding on a wedding venue, many engaged couples move on to step 2, which often involves signing a contract with a wedding planner or agency for the 스드메 services. However, due to ongoing inflation over the past few years and the breakdown of services into more detailed extra charges, the prices have increased so dramatically that a new term, 스드메플레이션, has been coined too. In Korea, weddings are considered one of the biggest events in a person's life, so a great deal of time and money is often invested into the preparation process. So, how much does it actually cost? According to a recent survey, the average cost of a wedding-related service across the country is 21.01 million Korean won, and the 스드메 package typically costs around 2.9 million won. Do you believe it's worth spending a lot of money because it's one of the most memorable days of your life? Or do you think it would be better to save that money and spend it on something else later rather than just spending it all in one day? Anyone who's been married will know all of this 스드메 stuff. It's, you know what, it's kind of a hassle. For me, it was annoying and, extra money, but I think it made the process very easy because it's all kind of done for you in a package. It is a shame the prices are rising significantly. What can we do about that? We need to encourage more people to get married, right? Let's lower the prices instead. I loved my wedding. I got married in the middle of COVID, so there were restrictions. But actually, because of that, it was a bit nicer. Less people could come. It was a little bit smaller. I like small, comfortable, cozy things. But there you go. Anyway, I hope you don't spend too much on your wedding. Just spend enough. You're not married, are you, Wang PD? She's not married. No. Okay. Do you know about 스드메?
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you want to spend? Do you know?
I don't
She has no idea. She's never thought about that yet. She's still young. Far younger than me, so she's got a lot of time to think about that. But anyone who's been married will know the costs of this. Well, everyone, welcome back to the show. It's 4:34 in the afternoon, and we've got lots of messages coming in. Let's have a look here. Lots of messages actually related to today's text topic, which is about breakfast. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 일주일에 아침을 몇 번이나 먹나요? 어떤 메뉴를 가장 자주 먹나요? So what do you usually eat for breakfast and how often in a week do you usually eat it? We had Juliet Nim saying, I have no breakfast and only drink 2 cups of coffee. 닉님께서 listen to your body라고 하시겠죠? How do you know? How did you know I said that? Yeah, 너무 뻔한 사람인가 봐요, 제가. But I always care for my health. You know what? From tomorrow, I'm going to say, don't listen to your body. Do what you want. YOLO. Do what you want. Benny Nim says, for me, like every other day, I need a sunny side-up egg and boiled eggs, and at times hot dogs, corned beef, and so on. Typical Filipino breakfast. Okay. If you didn't add typical Filipino breakfast, I would be very shocked. Because I never heard of hot dogs for breakfast. But I know Filipino food as like tapsilog and lots of really good meats for breakfast. And I went to a Filipino restaurant for their breakfast. So good. Very salty, but it's totally my style. I love salty food. So I can imagine it now. Oh, I would like a Filipino breakfast very soon. We also have 한상엽님 as well saying 저는 거의 매일 아침을 챙겨 먹는 편인데 삶은 계란, 삶은 감자, cereal 번갈아 가면서 먹고 있습니다. That's pretty awesome actually. That sounds quite basic, nothing too heavy. A boiled egg in the morning sounds quite nice. The only problem is I'm quite lazy when it comes to boiling a batch of eggs, so I don't do it too often. But that sounds good. I've never heard of potatoes for breakfast, but if it fills you up, that's awesome. So more power to you, 한상엽님. We also have Pinknim saying, I think it's hard to have breakfast in the morning. I usually choose sleep over breakfast. Instead, I have a snack while working, something like yogurt. That's a very 21st century mindset, and I think a lot of people do that, like Claire as well, myself too. I might have a snack later if I get a bit peckish before lunch, almost like a brunch, which is the original meaning of brunch, I guess, right? Between breakfast and lunch. We've got people coming, we also 고수님 coming in saying, hi everyone, good to see you. Soinim as well, saying hi Nick, good to see you. But then says 체력이 방전돼서 이 자양강장제 한 잔 수혈하러 가고 있습니다. Oh no, I guess you must be really out of energy then. Oh wow, isn't that like a blood transfusion? Isn't that like serious? Well, you're going to take just some good medicine or like nutrients, tonic kind of things. And, okay, you're not really going for a blood transfusion, are you? Okay. Get better soon, Soinem. Take care of your body. I know you're overworked this month, so try and get some days off or some rest if you can. We've also got people messaging in. We have TV Cherinim, who's Olivia, who does our On the Mic segment today, actually, saying that she clicked like, good job, Olivia. We look forward to hearing your voice a little bit later. Sang Nim saying, I bring a sandwich and coffee from the bakery before I drive my wife to her office every morning, 5 times a week. On the road, my wife takes a bite, then passes over to my mouth as I drive. Teamwork! I do that with McDeng, with my wife. We buy some fries and just, 번갈아 가면서 we just share the bites. I know what you mean. It's good stuff. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, we've got more messages coming in. I'm going to have to filter through them as well. Olivia saying 저는 아침에는 무조건 삶은 계란 2개와 프로틴 쉐이크입니다. 그렇게 먹으면 속도 편안하고 점심 때 혈당 스파이크도 오지 않더라고요. Well, that's very scientific. You must take care of your health. You take the protein shakes in the mornings, and so you can control your blood sugar spikes. That's really smart. Maybe as I get older, I should also start thinking about things like that. Okay. All right then. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we do have a Bugalishi challenge with a new guest today. Before that, though, this is Lullaby by GOT7.
낮에 꾸는 꿈 느끼지 않은 붐 여전히 내 거짓말 같아 눈도 보면 너의 품 한도의 한숨 Girl 네가 부르는 내 이름 모든 널 거치며 아름다워져 새로 피어나 놀라워 뭘 좀 알아 갈수록 더 falling 두근거림은 멈추지 않아 매일 더해 Girl 속삭이는 모든 언어들 감미롭게 날 파고들어 막을 수 없어 나갈 생각 없어 계속해서 날 찾고 있는 건 나야 한시도 떨어질 수 없어 계속해서 널 곁에 두고 싶어 Sweet to me babe it's magical Sweet lullaby 매일매일 널 원해 Sweet to me babe it's magical 연애 숲속 너에게서 내게 지난 듯이 이 기쁨이 계속될 수 있게 I want it 무거워진 눈이 감겨인 순간이 영원할 수 있게 I want it You make me hey, 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 hey You make me 스르르 천천히 잠들어 You make me hey, hey 가정이 불어오는 바람처럼 머리 쓰다드는 손길 조금 날 있어 나쁜 나른한 이 분위기 완벽해 두근거림은 멈추지 않아 매일 더해 네가 가니 손에 어두워져도 it's okay 어둠도 밝게 느껴지는 이유 그거는 THU 막을 생각 없어 계속해서 널 찾고 있는 건 나야 한시도 떨어질 수 없어 계속해서 널 곁에 두고 싶어 Sweet talk to me babe It's magical Sweet lullaby 매일매일 널 원해 Sweet talk to me babe It's magical 헤어낼 수 없어 너에게서 지난 듯이 이 기분이 곁에 서 있게 I want it I want it 무거워진 눈이 감겨인 순간이 영원할 수 있게 I want it I want it 꿈이라는 날 깨우지 말아줘 절없이 오늘 바래 끝없이 너를 원해 달콤한 목소리로 가득 채워줘 지금 이 순간 stay with me
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 4:42 in the afternoon, and joining me for Buglish Challenge is not Effie, but it's someone, I shouldn't say new, because people in the comments know who you are. Could you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Hi, Nick.
Hello.
I'm Haeyeon. Now, some of our listeners might recognize my voice from other programs and from, from the news from
Yes.
a while back. So,
Yes.
yeah, I've been wandering around these hallways.
Been skulking around, I've never been on a show with you. It's our first time.
Yeah, we've
on air.
bumped into each other in the hallway.
복도에서 좀 어색하게 안녕하세요.
I think we're both introverts, so just we keep it to a minimal.
But this is good because the 방송 kind of like breaks the shell.
그죠.
And now it's going to be more comfortable going forward, I think.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's
Good,
I'm
good.
looking forward to this. We've got people saying, Benny Nim saying, it's Minsu's guest too. Hello, Haeyeon.
Hi, Betty.
Olivia
Hello,
saying,
everyone.
yeah, Haeyeon입니다. I love Haeyeon
My
Nim.
goodness, what a great welcoming
Yeah.
committee.
Well, you're here to do Bugalishi challenge, and are we going to be going over a similar format? Are we guessing things?
Yes,
Okay.
similar format. 3 wonderful Busan citizens have lent their voices to give audio clues.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to do the same way.
Okay,
Yeah.
good stuff. 소희님 says 목소리 좋으세요.
감사합니다.
She
Thank
does.
you.
역시
Yeah.
news announcer.
I mean, I'm sitting across from the best voice
No.
in Busan, Mr. Nick Greenwood. So
Stop it. keep going, go on. Okay, then let's dive in. How do we begin
well,
this?
I thought you were going to ask me the question of today.
Oh,
Do we have time for that?
we do. We
Yeah.
always have time for that. All right then. So, in a week, how many times do you eat breakfast, and what is your choice?
Every day.
Every day?
I think I look forward to breakfast as I wake up. I'm that type of a person.
What time do you wake up?
Well, these days it's a little early, so I keep it a simple breakfast. But if you listen to my life's philosophy, you'll guess what I eat for breakfast.
Okay. What is your life philosophy?
삶은
계란.
계란이다.
That's your
Yeah,
that's your life philosophy.
It is, and I love all the different types of eggs, and I like to customize it. So on a morning that I feel very nice and tender, 좀 몽글몽글한 기분으로 일어났을 때는 a soft-boiled egg.
Oh, that's
그리고 뭔가
poetic.
좀 전투적으로, when I feel like I want to like sizzle, I have a fried egg.
When you have a scrambled egg, when you're just
I'm
confused.
just feeling a little too scrambled egg.
Dazed. I like that. I do love a good egg as well. Poached
Yeah.
eggs being.
It can be on anything,
Delicious.
on rice, on bread, on its own. It's so versatile.
What a life philosophy,
너무
right?
좋아하죠, 계란을.
삶은 계란. I love it. I love it. So, we've got some audio clips. Is there a theme today?
Yes, there is. Well, I was going to ask you, Nick, what is your favorite activity to do at this time of the year? Early summer, late spring?
I love walking.
Okay.
I love walking. Anywhere I can walk, I just love to walk for hours if possible.
Well, I love going on picnics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that a little look of just not so much liking
No,
picnics?
I love picnics.
Oh, yes.
I do love picnics. You know, when I think of picnics, because I was an 어린이집 teacher for several years, so my idea of picnic is just sitting with a bunch of kids and they're like feeding me like kimbap. And I'm just like, oh, 맛있어. You know.
And I think the good thing about picnics is it can be prepared, but also you can have an impromptu picnic.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you could be with a friend at a coffee shop and think, oh, the weather is great. Let's just go outside.
That's nice.
Have a little simple.
I wish I had friends like that. Okay, so picnic is the
So today's theme is things that we can bring to a picnic.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the theme. Things we can bring to a picnic. Let's listen to the first clip.
Yep.
When I'm bad, I fall apart. When I'm good, I'm a walkabout.
오, 수수께끼네요. 오, when I'm good,
There was a little rhyme there too.
when I'm good,
So
I'm what?
a work of art.
A work of art.
But when I'm bad, I fall apart.
Oh, I love riddles.
So everyone, the key word is fall apart. Think about it.
Okay. All right, fall apart. Blah.
Now it can be, I mean, it's, yeah.
All right then.
So this is where people start guessing, right?
Guess everyone. Pound 9050, sharp 9050, which costs you 101, Kakao Talk message or YouTube live comment. What is a work of art when it works or when it's bad, it falls apart? Let's listen to hint number 2.
I'm long, rolled, and tightly packed.
I'm long rolled and tightly packed. Sounds like something you would have in the US or Thailand these days, but yeah, you don't know what I'm talking. No,
I don't think so.
won't go there. I
Okay,
won't go there. All right.
Well,
then.
yeah, so this, I think people might start having more of an image from this. And yes, I will say that even though it's referring to itself as I, it's not a human form. It's not a living being.
It's not like now. Whenever I think of like long rolled, I think of long padding.
Yeah,
And if it's cold and you go for a 소풍, you would probably wear your long padding.
that's true.
Is this 먹는 거?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
It is it is food.
Oh, it's
yeah.
food.
Oh, I think I gave too much away, but
We'll
if
see.
it helps, yeah.
We'll see. Let's listen to hint number 3.
I go to the beach or mountains more often than most people. And I always wear a black coat.
Oh, I love the metaphors.
Oh, good.
I love it. A black coat. I like that. But I always go to the beach or the mountains more than most people.
And I do think, I do have a friend who actually always wears black when they go to the beach, and I'm always
Yeah.
saying, what are you doing? You're
Yeah.
absorbing all the sun.
Right.
But this thing that we're guessing, I think generally always comes with the black coat.
It generally, these days, I think I know what it is, by the way, but these days, if you go to certain markets, there's a trend, nude version,
That's true.
where
yes.
it has a yellow coat sometimes.
Yellow coat,
of
just a
계란.
nice snowy white coat
Yeah.
too.
But I think it's always best with a black coat.
That's the traditional way.
It is.
Yeah, old school.
We've got messages. We have 최숙님, 만학도 영어님, and Benny님, all saying the same thing. They're saying 김밥.
Aha.
Is that the answer?
Oh, no, sorry.
It's not the
I'm
answer.
new to the xylophone.
It's not the answer.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. Ooh.
She needs formal training on the xylophone. Correct. It was Kimpa. I loved the hints. It was very poetic.
Yes.
Very riddly. So yeah, wears a black coat.
And
falls apart.
I don't mean to do this to my mother, but she wasn't great at making kimbap when I was younger.
Yeah.
So every time I would go to the school picnic, by the time I arrive, it's a 볶음밥. It just all came apart. So I used to make fun of her for that. But when it's bad, it can fall apart.
For sure. It's not an easy art to master. I've tried rolling.
It's hard work.
Mine turned out terrible. So it requires talent and patience. All right, that was the first one. It was kimbap. Now
Good job, everyone.
there are two more. Should we listen to the next clip?
I hug you every night, but I get kicked away by the morning.
So I hug you every night.
Yes. But I get kicked away by the morning. Huh.
My wife. Sorry,
You're
I wake up on the floor.
Yeah. So something that, can give you this sense of hugging.
So
Yeah.
now, when hugging is, like this 포옹하는 거, but now, because I've listened to the first one, I'm thinking it's just a metaphor.
Yeah, I like
다 비유겠죠.
metaphors.
Okay. Any guesses, everyone? Send your guesses in. Hugs at night, but then later on it kicks you away. Let's listen to hints. Next hint.
Yeah.
I turn grass into a dining room, and I'm bored when I'm not working.
Okay.
Aha. So this one is a bit of a more direct clue.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing can just turn any patch of grass or ground into a lovely dining room.
I always think of the good old days at 수변공원 back pre-2020 when there were lots of these things around. People sat on them so they didn't get dirty bums. Right. We have 만학도 영어님 saying 이불 소풍에? Maybe you're on the right lines. Maybe. I don't actually know what it is. I'm guessing too.
Yeah, I mean, yes, a blanket. You do hug your blanket
You
at
do.
night.
And
Yeah.
you kick it away when you get too hot. Yeah.
Right, and it gets folded
Right.
when it's not at work.
Right. Okay. And what was the
Okay.
last part she said?
Oh, I'm folded
Yeah.
when I'm not working.
Folded when I'm not working. Okay. Anyone, any other guesses? Let's listen to our next hint.
Yep.
I'm the first to touch the earth, yet never complain of grass or dirt.
This lady should be a poet. It's beautiful the way she speaks, I think. This is lovely. So it's the first to touch the earth
At a picnic.
at a picnic.
So, guys, think about when you go to a picnic, what's the first thing that you do?
Find a good spot.
Yes?
Yeah, especially if you're with people.
Yeah. What's the second thing that you do?
The second thing that you do is go, I found a good spot. Come over here to
Everyone come over here.
And then you start toroing
Yeah,
this
right?
thing.
You get this thing out so that it can invite people
So
to sit down together.
are we looking for the English word or the Korean word?
Either is fine.
Either is
Yeah.
fine. Juliet Nim says 공룡, dinosaur.
A dinosaur.
What's the first thing you do when you try and find, unless you're picnicking in Jurassic Park, I doubt
I
you'll
love
find something
the
like that.
imagination,
Yeah?
Maybe it's an imaginary dinosaur.
So,
So yeah, actually, there was the right answer. Yeah.
Dinosaur?
No, not before. There was the someone said 이불, right?
Someone said 이불, and then
Yeah.
they changed it to 돗자리.
So either is good, but this one it's blanket. 이불 맞습니다.
Okay, blanket.
Yeah.
You know what? Benny Nim later said mat, which also makes sense.
Yeah, I guess not many people have a mat available at night.
Yeah.
So, but it can be any of those variations.
Okay, a blanket.
Yeah.
Usually when you think of blanket, you think of the one that you sleep in.
That's true.
I went to a few weeks ago, I went to 포장마차. It was quite cold a few weeks ago.
Do they give you blankets there?
They give you blankets, but in my head, I just 직역해가지고 저 이불 좀 주시겠어요? And she was like, 왜? 자실 거예요? And I was like,
자리 까시게요?
담요. I just, because, in English,
그러네,
you would say a
담요.
blanket.
Yeah.
I guess you
Like
would say
a little-
throw, like
a throw.
a throw, a light blanket.
I guess, yeah. I don't carry around those bulky blankets. But yeah.
like a whole duvet.
Yeah. Although if you want a really cozy
Yeah.
picnic, yeah.
All right, we've got very little time. Let's
Okay.
move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
I never work, I never talk, but I know everyone's drink order.
I never work. I never talk. I never walk
or talk.
or talk.
But it knows what everyone wants to drink.
It knows what everyone wants to drink. 정수기. No.
No.
Any guesses? Let's listen to the next one.
I run cold even when everyone else is waiting. I'm not alive, but I help food survive.
Oh, this is tough. This is so riddly.
These are the most poetic citizens of Busan that I've picked here.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the key word here is I run cold even when everybody else is sweating.
Tap. 수돗물.
Not quite.
All right, let's listen to hit number 3.
Yep.
Without me, your beach day ends up soggy.
Without me, what ends up soggy?
Your beach day can end up soggy.
Juliet Nim says ice. Ice cube. I will say...
That's half of it is correct.
Really? Ice
Yeah.
cream.
Well,
Ice baby.
한국말로는 우리가 아이스.
얼음.
There's something after
Ice
it.
케이크.
Ice goes in this.
Ice americano. Ice. 얼음.
Ice box,
Ice box.
also known as a cooler.
Cooler. It's a cooler. There you go. I would never have guessed that.
Really?
I would
Okay,
never
I
have
thought this
guessed
was
that.
the most obvious one, so this is good.
Oh, that was difficult. But I liked the level of difficulty. The 난이도 was 진짜. It's
Oh,
good.
I'm glad.
Hey, on. It was a
Yeah.
lot of pleasure. Lots of people
Yes.
coming in and saying, wow, it's you, Norunim, and other people, and
Yeah.
Manakdo Yongnim saying, it's lovely to see you. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Definitely.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, enjoy, guys. Bye.
All right, everyone. We've got to wrap up the first half here. Don't go anywhere because we'll be back very, very soon.
1, 2, 3, 4. Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
From Busan to the world, feel the power of Korean culture. Now, Busan is ready to play a song that will touch hearts around the world together with global fans. 문화와 바다가 만나는 도시 부산. 열정과 희망이 가득한 글로벌 관광 허브 도시 부산. 글로벌 K-pop 팬들이 하나 되는 축제 부산 원아시아 페스티벌. 한류 콘텐츠의 심장이 부산에서 뜁니다. The place where the Korean wave begins. A cultural hub blending tradition and innovation. 늘 새롭고 머물고 싶고 다시 찾고 싶은 도시 부산. Play, work, live, 부산. 이 캠페인은 부산의 관광 가치를 창조하는 글로벌 플랫폼 부산관광공사와 함께합니다.
Let's get some fresh air. What's going on? Why can't I see anything?
It's the yellow dust. You have to close the window. Hey, I know what will improve your eyesight. Look at more beautiful things. Like me.
Can you tell me what I actually need to do during yellow dust days?
Fine. Here are your guidelines for days with yellow dust. First, check your windows to make sure the yellow dust can't get inside. Turn on the air purifier. Second, refrain from outside activities if possible. If you do go out, wear a mask. When you get home, thoroughly wash your hands and feet. Third, fully wash any fruits or vegetables that have been exposed to yellow dust. And last of all, get plenty of water. Keep up to date on weather forecasts for the latest yellow dust information.
This campaign was brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까? 원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
안녕하세요, 올리비아입니다. 오늘도 성장 중, 늘 성장 중인 분을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 저는 10살, 8살, 5살 세 아이를 키우는 엄마이자 중학교에서 13년째 근무하고 있는 도덕교사이기도 합니다. 그리고 기본가치 육아라는 책을 쓴 작가이기도 하고 네, 그렇습니다.
반갑습니다. 네, 환영합니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 저도
환영합니다, 작가님.
감사합니다.
기본 가치 육아라는 책을 어떻게 쓰게 됐는지.
네, 새 아이를 키우면서 육아 우울기가 왔어요. 우울증이었겠죠. 그래서 글을 쓰기 시작했거든요. 근데 글을 쓰니까 이게 저를 돌아보게 되더라고요. 그래서 글을 계속 쓰면서 이런저런 글을 막 써보다가 육아에 관련된 글도 한 편씩, 두 편씩 이제 올리기 시작했죠. 그렇게 하다 보니까 제 육아의 그 어떤 인생이 정리되는 느낌이더라고요. 그래서 이게 나 하나만에서 끝나지 않고 또 에피소드도 굉장히 많아요. 이제 3명을 키우다 보니까 아무래도 이런저런 이야기들을 하다 보니까 그래서 그 이야기들을 한 권의 책으로 좀 정리해보면 어떨까 책을 쓰게 됐습니다.
우와, 뭐가 그렇게 어려웠어요? 우리 작가님의 육아는?
일단 몰라서 어려웠고요. 배운 적이 없어서.
맞아요.
육아를 글로 배워도 한계가 있더라고요. 일단 제일 처음에는 잠을 잘 못 자서 아이가 시도 때도 없이 오니까 인간의 기본 생존 욕구, 생리적 욕구가 해결이 안 되니까 감정을 주체할 수가 없더라고요. 그리고 두 번째로는 내 커리어를 어쨌든 뭐 짧게는 3개월에서 길게는 뭐 10년, 20년이 될 수도 있죠. 그만큼 커리어를 내려놓고 나를 좀 잃어가는 느낌이 너무 서글펐어요. 네. 예를 들면 저도 학교에 가서 일할 수 있고 또 무언가 내가 하고 싶은 일들을 하고 취미생활도 할 수 있는 사람이었는데 그 맛을 봤는데 그걸 못하게 되니까 마치 아이가 또 나를 이렇게 뭔가
옥죄는
막는 이게 그런 존재처럼 느껴지니까 그게 되게 혼란스럽고 더 슬퍼요. 내가 좋아서 낳은 아이인데 아까 말씀하신 대로 내가 좋아서 낳은 아이인데 내가 이 아이 때문에 힘들다라고 생각하니까 아이한테는 미안하고 내 삶은 답답하고 이중으로 힘든 거죠.
그러면 어떻게 지혜롭게
바닥을 쳤죠. 일단 바닥을 쳐야 됩니다. 바닥을 칠 수밖에 없어요. 육아를 하다 보면 그 바닥을 쳤을 때 진짜 처참하거든요. 그러니까 제가 가장 힘들었던 때가 언제냐면 내가 진짜 별로인 엄마라는 걸 깨달았을 때 내가 아이한테 막 예를 들면 화를 너무 많이 내거나 소리를 지르거나 또는 그 화를 주체할 수 없어서 뭔가 나만의 어떤 격한 방법을 취한다면 그 모습을 마주할 때 굉장히 슬퍼요. 내가 진짜 이렇게 인성이 별로인 사람이었구나. 근데 이런 모습을 본 적이 없잖아요, 스스로가.
그쵸.
사회생활 하니까 다 남에게는 좋은 사람이고 싶고 또 뭐 어릴 때부터 자라와서 내가 나를 객관할 그런 여지가 잘 없었는데 육아를 하면 나를 정말 객관하게 되거든요. 나의 바닥까지 볼 수 있으니까 내가 잠을 못 잤을 때 얼마나 화를 내는 사람인지 그런 것들을 깨닫게 되니까.
그래서 애를 키워봐야 어른이 된다고 하는 말이 이 말씀이시구나.
맞아. 나를 진짜 철저하게 이제 다 발가벗겨서 보게 돼요. 근데 그렇게 되고 나니까 저는 그 시간들이 또 필요했다고 생각하는 바닥을 치고 올라올 때 이제 내가 다시금 살아야 되는데 이 상태로 살면은 진짜 너무 좋지 않은 엄마다. 그리고 좋지 않은 아내로서 좋지 않은 사람으로서 살아가게 될 것이다 라는 생각이 딱 들면서 자각을 하고 이제 노력을 하게 되는 거죠. 아까 제가 말씀드렸던 것처럼 나는 그럼 뭘 하고 싶은 사람이지 직업을 떠나서 뭘 할 때 진짜 행복하지? 내가 좋아하는 음식은 뭐지? 그런 것들을 자유시간이 조금씩 주어졌을 때마다 하나씩 찾아가는 거예요.
진짜 좋은 방법이다. 네. 좋아요. 네.
그래서 객관화를 계속하고 나를 알아가고 그러다 보니까 나는 소중한 존재야. 그러니까 또 선순환이 돼서 우리 아이도 소중한 존재인데 소중하게 대해야 되겠다.
아이들이 선물이 됐네요.
그렇죠.
지금 육아에 힘쓰고 있는 부모님들에게 전하고 싶은 메시지 무엇일까요?
2개예요. 2개. 존재 자체만으로도 정말 잘하고 계신 겁니다. 그 칭찬을 듬뿍 드리고 싶고요. 육아를 길게 보셨으면 좋겠어요. 20년을 키워야 되는데 4살, 5살짜리 아이에게 너무 힘을 많이 쏟으시면 나중에 또 지칠 수가 있어요. 왜냐면 육아는 체력전입니다. 그래서 체력을 잘 안 배하셔서 너무 어릴 때 많은 힘을 쏟으셔서 지치지 마시고 내 건강도 좀 챙기시고
맞아요.
내 커리어도 좀 챙기시고 내가 하고 싶었던 것, 즐기고 싶었던 것도 소소하게 뭐 거창하게는 아니더라도 일상에서 잠시 누리면서 아이랑 같이 성장해 나가시면 어떨까라는 생각이 들어요.
BFM 부산 영어방송 청취자분들에게 하고 싶은 이야기는 있으신가요?
One of my favorite English expression is just go for it. It reminds me to take chances and not be afraid of new challenges.
그냥 일단 해보는 거죠.
여러분, just
Go for it.
그냥 하세요.
네.
화이팅!
Thank you to Olivia for bringing us today's On the Mic. Today talking about raising kids, a very, I guess, a hot topic indeed in this time of Korea. Now, on the interview today, we have Park Yeol, who started writing a book after going through parental depression while raising 3 kids. Now, parenting was hardest because she didn't know how to do it and felt like losing herself. She overcame it by seeing herself objectively and realizing the value of both herself and the child. And she wants to tell parents that they're doing a great job just by being there. And parenting is a long journey, so she says to pace yourself and grow together with your child. And then to BFM listener, she said, one of her favorite English expressions, just go for it. And this phrase reminds her to take chances and not be afraid of new challenges. Very inspiring stuff. Thank you once again to Olivia, who is hanging around on YouTube live chat today as well as TV Jerinem. Thank you very much. And we'll have this segment every day to find out about the wonderful people who make up this amazing city. Well, welcome back everyone to the second half officially. It's 5:07 in the afternoon. It's Thursday. Quite a nice day outside. I hope that's going to be a regular thing that I get to say. It's a nice day today. That's why I love the summer and the lead up to summer, except 장마, right? Because then it gets a bit rainy. But we'll deal with that problem when it comes. We got some messages related to today's text topic. Now, the text topic is about breakfast. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 일주일에 아침을 몇 번이나 먹나요? 그리고 어떤 메뉴를 가장 자주 드시나요? So what do you usually eat for breakfast and how many times a week do you eat? We had 소희님 saying 저는 요즘 공복 14시간, 16시간 유지하고 첫 끼로 삶은 계란 플러스 견과류 한 봉지 그리고 낫또 라떼 한 잔 마시려고 노력합니다. That's it sounds like a really healthy breakfast. My mother eats a lot of natto because she's very conscious about her health. It has quite a distinct smell, but I don't mind the flavor. And that's awesome. That sounds like you're really taking care of your body after doing a bit of, I guess, intermittent fasting, right? You're staying on an empty stomach for about 14 to 16 hours. You've got this health thing down, I think. That's awesome, Soinem. Thank you for sharing. We also had 만학도 형님 saying, 저는 하루도 거르지 않고 아침을 챙겨 먹습니다. 남편 덕분에. 그리고 저의 아침 메뉴는 고정되어 있습니다. 찐 고구마, 삶은 계란, 블루베리, 사과, 바나나 주스, 약간의 과일, 그릭 요거트, 그리고 그날 다른 두어 가지 추가 메뉴, 만두, 닭가슴살, 토스트, 누룽지탕 등등등. That's awesome. I know 만학도 형님, you usually make sure that your husband is well fed, but I guess that your husband is making sure you are well fed in the morning, or is it because you're feeding him you just end up eating anyway? That's also good. That's also a good one too. Now we had 어흥 라떼님, who is actually the person being interviewed is Park Yeol-nim. Thank you very much for sharing your story about raising kids. It sounds like you have a lot of passion, and thank you for giving inspiration to all of our listeners as well. I know we have a lot of parents in the chat, so I'm sure this was very nice to hear. 감사합니다. Thank you very much. We have Choi Sung-nim saying, I never skip breakfast. That's awesome. That's awesome. If you love breakfast, you got to keep eating it. Because I know some people who don't have breakfast, they get quite hangry for a lot of the day. They don't feel very good. 조현철님, good to see you, my friend, saying 저는 참치김밥 한 줄 매일 먹어요 for breakfast. Oh, that's quite that sounds like a good breakfast. Sounds quite a heavy breakfast. Like a kimbap is not a small thing. That's got to set you for the day, I guess, until lunchtime. Maybe do you have a late lunch or that sounds good. I don't think I could handle a whole kimbap in the morning. Maybe half of one if somebody made me a delicious one. Thank you for sharing, and thank you everyone for that. We also had 다원. I was kind of, what? Good to see you, 다원. Thank you for joining us today. And everyone, if you're just joining in, don't forget to message us at #9050, sharp 9050, which costs you 101, Kakao message or a YouTube live comment. Now, coming up next, we do have a reason for you to message in. We have Quizmaster. Before that, let's listen to Lionheart by Girls' Generation.
너와 나 처음 만났을 때 마치 사자처럼 맴돌다 기회를 노려 내 맘 뺏은 너 넌 달라진 게 없어 여전해 난 애 같아도 또 다 사냥감 찾아 한눈 파는 너 수백 번 밀어내야 했는데 수천 번 널 떠나야 했는데 Tell me why 왜 맘이 자꾸 흔들리니 난 여기 네 옆에 있잖니 정신 차려 Lionheart 넌 내 같아 내 맘이 더는 식지 않게 난 여기저기 뛰노는 너의 맘 길들일래 넌 자유로운 영혼 여전해 충실해 본능 앞에 지금 네 옆에 난 안 보이니 수백 번 고민해봐도 수천 번 결국 답은 너인데 Tell me why 왜 맘이 자꾸 흔들리니 난 여기 네 옆에 있잖니 정신 차려 Lionheart 넌 내 같아 내 맘이 더는 식지 않게 난 여기저기 뛰노는 너의 맘 길들일래 Lionheart 거리 잠자는 나의 코끝을 baby 네가 건드려 나도 화가 나 Tell me why 내 맘이 자꾸 흔들리니 난 여기 네 옆에 있잖니 정신 차려 Lionheart 난 내 같아 내 맘이 더는 식지 않게 난 여기저기 뛰노는 너의 맘 길들일래 Lionheart 길들일래 Lionheart Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah 모두 다 아니라 해도 좋을 때 있지 않나 사실은 좀 두지 뭐 바람보다 빠른 눈치로 햇살처럼 따뜻한 말 잊어질래 너의 Lionheart 산책 같은 너의 Lionheart 여기 와서 앉아 내 곁에만 있어 한눈 팔지 마 Lionheart
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to For Your Busan. It's 5:14 in the afternoon, and it's time for Quizmaster. This is your opportunity to win a prize by answering a quiz question correctly. And today's Wednesday. Every day we have a different quiz. Sometimes we have food, 먹방 ASMR quizzes. Sometimes we have a bit of geography or guess the person. Today is Thursday. Did I say Wednesday earlier? I meant it's Thursday. Today is Thursday, not Wednesday. It's Thursday, which means it's Busan dialect. 부산 사투리 날입니다. So Busan has its own unique dialect, and this unique dialect sometimes plays an important role in movies or dramas and even in relationships between people. So today, the quiz will be centered on 부산 사투리. 네, 오늘은 좀 특별한 사투리 퀴즈 시간을 준비해봤습니다. We're gonna listen to an audio clip. When you listen to the clip, please tell me what they are saying. 자, 귀를 기울이고 잘 들어보세요. Let's listen to the clip.
가라 걔가 갈라카이 가지 말라 걔가 안 갈라카이 가라 가더라.
What? That was too fast for me. 너무 빨리 지나갔나요? 다시 한 번 더 들어보겠습니다.
가라 걔가 갈라카이 가지 말라 걔가 안 갈라카이 가라 가더라.
아니 배경 음악이 너무 귀여워가지고. I love that. Is it a cartoon? Is it a 만화인가요? 만화겠죠? 아닌가요? Just for this, okay. It sounds like an episode of like Django or something. If Django had like 부산 사투리, I love it. Okay, now the question is, what did this mean? 놀라지 마세요, 여러분. 보기를 드리겠습니다. What does that mean? I don't really know what they were saying. So, 1번, the meaning was 가라고 해서 가려고 했는데 가지 말라고 해서 안 가려고 했더니 계속 가라고 하더라. 2번, 케이크를 자르려고 했더니 자르지 말고 통째로 먹으라고 해서 안 먹으려고 했더니 다 먹으라고 하더라. 3번, 카레라이스를 갈아 먹으려고 했더니 갈지 말고 먹으라고 해서 한 입에 우걱우걱 다 먹어버렸다. Which one is it? 이 세 개 중에 what do you think is the answer? 선택해보세요. You can send your answer to #9050 샵9050 which will cost you 100 won, a KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. We're going to take a song break and then we will be back with... We're going to listen to it again, don't worry. And we'll read the options again too. Before that though, this is Swing Baby by 박진영.
제발 나와 눈이 마주치게 해달라고 하늘에 핀 게 맞아 떨어진 게 분명해 날 보고 살짝 웃는 그대 그 미소가 정말 궁금해 그대도 내 마음과 같은지 아니면 날 그냥 비웃는 건지 네 마음을 걷는지 내게 다가오는 그대 한 걸음씩 내게 다가올수록 내 가슴은 뛰네 네 손을 살며시 그대 어깨에 였네 그리고 나와 눈을 맞추고 이렇게 말했네 Oh swing 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 my baby 빙 빙 빙 나와 돌아봐 Oh 싱그러운 그대의 향기가 내 몸에 배게 Oh swing 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 my baby bring 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 your love to me Oh 그대 yeah 마음속에 지울 수 없는 밤으로 함께 Let's dance 종이 울리네 그러자 그대가 시계를 보네 혹시 난 그대도 신데렐라처럼 가진 않을지 걱정을 하니 긴장이 돼 나의 스텝이 자꾸 엉키네 애써 태연한 척해보려 해도 자꾸 눈치만 보네 네 마음을 알았는지 그대 뭔가 말을 하려 하다가 또 시계를 보고 한참만 서리네 그러다 그대 결심을 한 듯 이렇게 말했네 계속 주죠 Oh swing 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 my baby 빙 빙 빙 나와 돌아봐 Oh 싱그러운 그대의 향기가 내 몸에 배게 Oh swing swing
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 5:21 in the afternoon on a Thursday, and we're in the middle of Busan Quizmaster. Today, we are having a 사투리 quiz where we listen to a clip of a particular line from Busan 사투리, and I asked you what it meant. We had a lot of messages coming in, but before we do that, let's listen to the clip one more time.
가라 걔가 갈라카이 가지 말라 걔가 안 갈라카이 가라 가더라.
Okay, so cute. Anyone miss it? We have it one more time lined up? Okay, let's listen to it one more time.
가라 걔가 갈라카이 가지 말라 걔가 안 갈라카이 가라 가더라.
All right, there you go. Now, if you're not quite sure, I'm going to give you some options. 제가 보기를 드리겠습니다. 1번, 가라고 해서 가려고 했는데 가지 말라고 해서 안 가려고 했더니 계속 가라고 하더라. 2번, 케이크를 자르려고 했더니 자르지 말고 통째로 먹으라 해서 안 먹으려고 했더니 다 먹으라고 하더라. 3번, 카레 라이스를 갈아 먹으려고 했더니 갈지 말고 먹으라고 해서 한 입에 우걱우걱 다 먹어버렸다. There you go. Now, we had a lot of answers coming in, actually. And we had 0431번님 saying 1번이요. 부산 토박이입니다. 쉬운 문제입니다. 앙PD, are you 부산 토박이? You're Busan. Okay. So this is easy for you. You understand what this is. Okay, fair enough. We have 최승님 saying 1번. 강성헌님 saying 1번 as well. And if we look on YouTube Live, we have people. 만학도영님 saying 당근 1번이죠. 부산 아지님 saying 1번. Juliet님 as well. Kind of saying 보기 다 못 들었어요. It's okay. Take a stab. Take a guess at it anyway. 다원님 1번 가가 같은 느낌이네요. For real. I totally feel that. If I didn't have this 보기, I would have no idea what the answer is. We had 상윤님 saying a long line of 사투리. 제가 시도도 안 하겠습니다. It's too long. I'm sorry, I'm not going to read that. I don't think I could. Actually, can you read that, 앙PD? You're 부산 도박이. Can you read 상윤's comment? I'll turn the mic and point it to you. Go, read. What does 상윤님's comment say?
앞에 걸로 쓰려다가 여기 여거저거서 다 써풀어가지고 맛에 딱 하고 안 쓸락하다 보니 그래도 혹 모르니까는 1번 함 내볼락하이 한만 봐주이소.
Wow, a native of Busan right there. There you go. You should be sitting here instead of me. I think. 줄리아님 saying 완전 tongue twister 느낌 for sure. There's a lot of 카 in there. Benny님 saying 정답 1번. I know Benny님, when it comes to these answers, it's better just to go with the flow. We have 462번님 saying 정답 1번. And then they also made their own version of number 2, which I don't want to read because looking at it, 이거 보기만 해도 제 머리가 아파요. 그래서 못 읽겠습니다. But I appreciate it, 4625번님. I'm reading it and I'm getting a strong headache from it. 조현철님 as well is saying 1번입니다. So send your messages to #9050 #9050 should cost you 101. Kakao Talk message and a YouTube live comment. 상윤님 says, in short, I said the answer is number 1. Yeah, I'm guessing you did, but in a very, very Busan way. That I just, 앙PD did a good job of reading that. Thank you, 상윤님. We're going to take a song break and we'll be back. This is Sunny Side by X-Psychers.
저기 전에 오늘의 playback 물음표만 가득한 공식에나 daypack read that 답은 늘 비슷해 따분한 고민 따윈 sorry not my type I gotta do sunglasses 고난 길이 그네 밝게 빛이 타오르는 불씨 오리기에 모두 볼 수 있게 하늘 위로 behave 그 눈을 감아 I don't care 시원한 바람이 불어와 내 진한 방울에 스칠 때 Only looking 난 이 순간 Feeling again 값진 순간 가름 내외도 꾸준히 가거든 다 되져가는 태양이 쨍해 기쁜데 oh yeah 물들이 뻔해 몸에 폭염 주위보다 난 막지 못해 들이버리 기세 I'm on my way Always say 걸어 내일에 hey 밤이 되가 또한 떨어져 텐션 내가 쳐도 나는 이긴 듯해 yeah 시원한 바람이 불어와 매진한 방울을 스칠 때 Falling again 난 이 순간 Feeling again 같은 순간 내일은 다른 내 곁일 뿐 지금 걱정은 의미 없어 아무렴 어때 머리 비운 채 For a new day we just go 다시 뛰어가 이 시간을 모두 물들여 The sun's coming up Sun's coming up Sun's coming up Sun's coming up 불어오는 바람 타고서 지금 이 순간이 느껴봐 The sun's coming up Sun's coming up 어제는 history 내일은 또 mystery 얘가 돼 지금의 present 이런 다른 이름이 금방도 다른 내가 knocking all day 밤은 손에 잡아 장난쓰는 let's run away hey
See it 내 눈에 비친 sun is 우리 비추지 feel me 이 모든 걸
I'll let you know 다시 뛰어가 이 시간을 모두 물들여 Sun's coming up Sun's coming up Sun's coming up Sun's coming up 불어오는 바람 타고서 지금 이 순간을 느껴봐 Sun's coming up Sun's coming up
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 5:28 in the afternoon. We're in the final parts of Busan Quiz Master, and Beninam is always correcting me on my pronunciation of certain groups. He said, "Nick, don't say X on psychers, just psychos." 감사합니다, Beninam. Please, we should hire him. Can we hire him? Like, give him a job. Give him a job. You know, I usually pre-look at what the names are, but this one. It starts. I thought I knew it. I thought it would start with an X, but I'm sorry to all the Psychers fans out there. I will never make this mistake moving forward. I know they say this every single day, but still. Anyway, so I gave you an audio clip, and it was in Satori, of course, and you've been trying to guess what it was, okay? We did have some more messages coming in. We had 46251 saying they wanted to try doing their own version of number 2. I'll try and read it, but I'm really bad. 케이크를 갈라라 걔가 가르려 했더만 가르지 마라 걔가 안 가르라 했는데 갈라라 걔가 케이크 갈랐다이가. Oh, I'm terrible at 사투리. I'm never going to try that again. All right then. Anyway, I'm done. I'm not reading anymore. I'm going to give the answer away. So, the actual thing that was said was 가라, 걔가 갈라카이, 가지 말라, 걔가 안 갈라카이, 가라 가더라. And the answer was 1번이었습니다. 예, 1번. 가라고 해서 가려고 했는데 가지 말라고 해서 안 가려고 했더니 계속 가라고 하더라. Lots of it, I think everyone basically guessed number 1. It was number 1. Well done, everybody. Very easy for everyone who is from here. I noticed that our listeners who are not from Busan didn't message in. So I guess that was a lack of confidence right there. But there you go. We've chosen a winner. Someone is going to get a coffee today, and that person is 최희숙님께 드리겠습니다. Congratulations, Chaesuk. You get the coffee coupon. Of course, you know, I know you're even from Pohang. So, does Pohang have similar satori to Busan? Nearby, so it's basically the same. Okay, fair enough. Congratulations and enjoy the coffee. Everyone else, thank you very much for your very creative answers. And we'll have this quiz basically every single day with the opportunity to win prizes. So do not worry. All right, everyone, the time is now 5:31 in the afternoon. Coming up next, we got Matthew here for Modern Family in Busan. Don't go anywhere.
Tune in
Welcome to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
The Korea Broadcast Advertising Cooperation (KOBACO) is offering support for the production of broadcast advertisements for innovative small and medium-sized enterprises. Up to 45 million Korean won is available for television advertisements and up to 3 million Korean won for radio advertisements. Applications will be accepted until 6 p.m. on June 2nd. For more information, please visit the KOBACO website. We appreciate your interest.
And welcome back to For Your Busan. It is now 5:32 in the afternoon on a Thursday, which can only mean one thing. Matthew is here for a bit of Modern Family. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing good.
Good to see you. You having a good week so far?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
The weather today is phenomenal.
It is.
It's not too hot,
Yeah.
and there's a nice breeze. It's just perfect weather.
I guess this is the kind of period that we should really be enjoying and making the most of.
Before the
can.
real heat
Yeah.
sets in.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I want to ask you a question. As a family man yourself,
Okay.
do you eat breakfast? If you do, how many times a week? And what do you eat?
So, actually, I feel very guilty about this.
Okay.
So, I used to eat, like, religiously when I woke up cereal every day.
Okay.
100%.
Always cereal.
Always cereal.
Yeah.
But I got busy these days, so I stopped. And these days, there's a McD's in front of my university.
Yeah.
And I like to get a coffee. But they also have these egg sandwiches.
Oh, they're so good.
And they are so good.
I know, they're so bad, but so good.
So I want my coffee, but then I was like, so I get the egg sandwich
Yeah.
4 days a week.
Oh, 4 days? Wow.
Well, because it's right in front of my
Okay.
school.
Does your wife have anything to say about this?
I don't think she knows.
She's not
so
complicit
she hears
in
it, she'll know. But unfortunately, yeah, it's not healthy, but it's my guilty pleasure. They're not big.
I know.
And I don't
know.
get the hash
Yeah.
brown.
And it's until like 11 a.m. or so, right? So
Right.
I know what you mean. I maybe get it maybe once a month. I want to get it more.
Oh, I get a lot.
Yeah.
But it's because it's right there.
There you go. It's location
It's
effect.
location's fault. It's not my fault.
But you're, of course, you raise a family here.
Yeah.
What is your family's breakfast situation then? If you
We're
don't eat
much
at home?
more Western style.
Okay.
So my wife works in the evenings a lot. So I'm usually in charge of breakfast.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of cereal, jam and toast.
Oh, okay.
That kind of stuff. It's not like wake up in the morning with some kimchi jjigae or doenjang jjigae.
Yeah.
It's much more Western
For sure.
style. Little eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do like Korean, like traditional breakfast,
Is there a
like
Korean
like
traditional
rice.
breakfast?
There's like rice and panchan. Sometimes people have like bulgogi as well. I've seen
Right.
and it's delicious. It's an amazing way to start the day. But kind of like an English breakfast, bacon, sausage, eggs, mushrooms,
beans.
It's very heavy.
It is heavy.
And it's not for every day.
No.
Because it would be quite unhealthy. Well, the Korean one would be healthy, but I don't think I could take that much.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
So yeah, when I ate breakfast, it was cereal, toast kind of thing.
Yeah.
Interesting to know. And you are here, funnily enough, to talk about a bit of multicultural family, I don't want to say rearing, but
Right.
raising
Exactly.
in Korea.
So today's topic, this past week, I booked plane tickets to go visit my family back in the United States. So for today, I wanted to talk about travel. So I think travel is great for children in general,
Yeah.
but especially for multicultural families.
Okay.
Right? Because you have both sides of your family, I think you really need the connection to both, which means that you have to travel, right?
Have your kids been to the US before?
Yes, several times.
Okay.
We used to go every year, but this is one problem for multicultural families. It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
You have to fly there.
You have 3 kids, right?
3 kids. Yeah, when I had 1 kid, that's not too bad.
Not too bad.
2 kids.
Yeah.
3 kids. That's a lot of money.
Do you get a little person discount for like the kids?
Until 48 months.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, 48개월까지. Yeah. But
Okay.
then
That's
they're-
4 years old, right? I guess.
No.
How many months in a year?
Sorry.
4.
24개월. All right, 24
Okay,
months.
2 years.
Yeah, two
Okay.
years old.
Okay.
And then they go to 90%.
Well, that's a big jump.
Yeah, they go from 0 to
Yeah.
90%. Or actually, they're like 10%,
Yeah.
and they jump to 90%.
So I guess that's when they start needing their own seat officially. And
So when they're under 2, you can hold them.
Right.
They don't have to buy a seat.
Yeah.
But after 2, then
Okay.
it gets more and more expensive.
I guess price is one thing. No, I don't have kids myself, but what I see a lot of on social media is traveling with young kids can be quite daunting because they get a bit restless. Maybe they're uncomfortable the younger they are.
Yes.
So.
But to me, it's about expectation.
Okay.
I don't expect it to be easy.
Okay.
So it's okay. 기대하지 않으면 괜찮아.
Okay.
Right? Like if you don't expect it's going to be easy,
Yeah.
then you just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be uncomfortable, but you know that beforehand.
For sure.
You just go ahead.
Fair enough. And I think it is very good. You know, I visited Korea and I visited, when I was young, I actually traveled a lot with my parents. And because of that, I think I was more open to a lot of different cultures, different foods. Like I do, there are some foods that I'm fussy over, like pimang and paprika and things like that.
I don't like pimang or paprika either.
Yeah,
No.
high five on that, mate.
Okay.
But I will not like Hallyu food if I've never tried it before. I'll always want to try and experiment new things. And
Yes.
I think that's what traveling helps with as a young person.
So I was curious, did you come to Korea a lot as a child?
Not a lot, maybe 3 or 4 times until I moved. Maybe 3 or 4 times until I moved here.
Okay.
And that was at 22. So when I finally moved here. So before
22 years old.
I moved here permanently.
Oh, okay.
And then before that, just 3 or 4 times I'd visited.
So you didn't know Korea really well as a child?
No, not at all. Thing is that every time I came, because it's so different from England, I was just amazed. I was like, wow, the buildings are so tall. Everyone lives in these giant white buildings.
Right.
You know, and like everything's open until like 5 a.m.
That is a big difference, yes.
Yeah, so it was great. It was great. And I remember, because I came in the summer all the time, you know, we have summer holidays.
Right.
I remember being so hot, I went to eat spicy food, run outside the restaurant for some air, and just breathe in hot air. And I was like, where am I right now? You know,
Okay.
Where am I? Good memories, though.
Okay. Yeah, me as a kid, my family didn't travel much because I was the youngest of 5. And my parents, they really prioritized education.
Okay.
So we all went to private school, which in England is public school, right?
What?
We went to private school, so you had to like pay to go there.
Public school
But
is
in
free.
English, that's public school, no?
Public school is free.
In England?
Yeah, that's just
Are you
government-funded education.
What's private school called?
Grammar school, maybe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So anyway, when I was a kid, my brothers and sisters, they were all in university.
Yeah.
So my parents, they were spending a lot of money on education. So we only traveled like in the northeastern United States.
Okay.
But I got older. I went to Bermuda with my aunt. My aunt took me for a wedding.
The triangle? Or?
Near the triangle,
Near the
yes.
triangle,
We were okay.
You were okay.
In high school, I went on a trip to Italy, which was amazing. And then I went to Ireland during university with my family and to study abroad. We're an Irish family. And then I got to Europe and the UK. And I think, all that traveling, it really broadens your horizons.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was that experience that made me come to Korea eventually.
You know, I heard that a lot of people in the US, they don't even have a passport. You know, because the US is such a big country geographically. It's so huge that you can have vacations. Going to a different state is almost like seeing a different culture to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of people don't do international travel.
Right.
So was it quite rare that you were doing it, or were people going international?
Well, I think it differs by region.
Yeah.
So I'm from the East Coast. They're probably more likely to travel internationally than people in the
central areas.
In the central areas.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, there's economics involved, but like you said, America's a really big country.
Yeah.
So there's lots of places you can go just in the country.
I spent 5 weeks in the US last year and I didn't scratch the surface. You know, I even road tripped all around like the western middle areas and I probably saw about 3% of the United States. It's such a big country, lots of diversity there, which I loved.
Absolutely.
So I think there are a lot of benefits of travel. What are you hoping that your kids will get out of maybe traveling to the US or traveling around more?
So I think a big thing is memories. So memories, usually in normal day, we don't really remember what we did. So if I said, what did you do last Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I came to the radio station, I did the show, but you don't remember specifically, right? But when you take a trip, when you go somewhere new, you get those really crystal clear memories. And I think they stay with you your whole life.
Yeah.
So like I said, I went to Italy. Like I can still remember exactly how it looked. Right? I can remember what I ate the first day. So I think those memories are like really powerful.
I think if that's very true. Those memories stay with you and they kind of influence your future decisions as well. You have those good memories of being in Italy or somewhere like that. And then you think, oh, then I would love to have a similar experience in this country, another great memory.
Right.
It becomes a motivation, I think. So
absolutely.
And I think it's a great reason to take your kids traveling. Of course, it is expensive. We had Choi Sung-nim saying, oh my, break the bank. 3 kids going
Break the bank.
Yeah, 3 kids going on vacation.
Fortunately, right after COVID,
yeah.
it was extremely expensive. 그때 완전 비쌌는데 this time it's pretty okay.
Okay.
So I'm actually feeling
not too
good.
bad.
Yeah.
And it's worth it. You know, what's spending money to give your kids the trip of a lifetime?
Right.
Yeah, and meet family, I assume.
And specifically for a multicultural family is language.
Right.
So my kids, they live in Korea.
Yeah.
They go to Korean schools. So their environment every day is Korean, right? And they spend time with me and we speak English. And I probably let them watch more TV than I would otherwise because I want them to hear like Peppa Pig and other people speaking English.
Okay.
So it's not just me.
They're learning British English.
My daughter actually speaks very good British English.
Really? Good on her.
She's like, oh, Dada, let's take the pram. I'm like, you mean the stroller?
Well done. No, she's correct. Teach her.
She likes the game Pass the Parcel.
Pass the parcel.
Pass the parcel.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
an American would say pass the parcel.
Pass the parcel.
But she says pass the parcel.
Pass the parcel.
Because of Peppa Pig.
She sounds like she's got some refinement.
Yes. In case everybody knows, Peppa Pig is from England.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, but when they go to America for a month, their language really, really improves. Like they get new phrases, new words. They're with my parents, with my brothers and sisters, with their cousins.
Yeah.
And they just get really way more fluent. Just feels much more natural.
That's interesting because your kids are growing up speaking English and Korean, but predominantly Korean because of the environment.
Right.
Going to the US means they have to speak English for survival mechanisms, and I guess it really brings it out. And I know a lot of multicultural families, and I think you mentioned it as well. Sometimes if one parent is speaking English here, they'll be like, "Oh, 아빠, 엄마, 영어로 얘기하지 마." You know, speaking Korean sometimes.
Right.
So if they go to wherever, America or England, they have to speak in English.
Yeah.
And I think it really changes their attitude towards it.
But actually, my one son, this isn't good. In Korea, he's like, 아빠 왜 계속 영어해요? 한국말 하세요. And then if we go to America, he's like, Mom, just speak English, please.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. That's being a kid.
He switches sides when we're in the different country.
For sure.
Yeah. That's not good, but
I think it's exposing him to both realities right there.
Yeah.
And then hopefully over time, he'll realize doesn't matter what you speak, where you speak.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, I think just getting close to their American family is really important.
Yeah.
To me, right? Their grandparents, if you're on Zoom or FaceTime on the internet, you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
But being in person with your family is a much bigger experience.
Exactly. And what's interesting is the culture of their grandparents is going to be completely different, right? The way that your grandparents on your side welcome them as opposed to the Korean side as well. And the food that they're going to be eating all the time, just the attitude that they have is just going to be total opposites.
Right.
Fantastic shaping experience.
Yeah. So I'm curious, you said you didn't visit Korea much as a kid.
Much, yeah.
Did your mother's family come to the UK much?
They came once, I think, because it was quite expensive back in the day. Right. And they came once, and I think they had a good time, you know, as a vacation.
Okay.
But yeah, not so much. My mum would go to the UK, Korea more than me. You know,
okay.
I had to go to school and things like that all the time. So when you're traveling as well, there are other, you know, travel-related concerns that you could have, worries.
Yeah.
Are there any worries that you have maybe while you're traveling to the US with your kids?
Yes. I'm concerned my son and my daughter, like my son's, like culturally, will they fit in?
Okay.
So like the language I'm not worried about, but like will their sense of humor kind of match the American kids?
Okay.
You know, will their way of speaking kind of match the American kids?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, will they not be cool?
They're not going to school there, though.
Right, they're not going to school.
Okay,
but,
okay.
like, I try to send them to, like, a camp or something. Right? Because 사회적으로
Yeah.
좌우여요.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Do they fit in socially? So I'm always worried about that.
Okay.
But I think it's necessary to, you know, maybe struggle a little bit and then they can learn to fit in. You know what I mean?
The culture is different. You know, the culture is different. They're not going to fit in everywhere, but they can try and adapt to some degree. Yeah. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. When are you going, did you say?
We're going in the end of July.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Let us know. Well, that's going to be an awesome experience, and I hope it really shapes your family as well. So today's topic was all about traveling with kids. Should you do it? I would say yes, and Matthew would say yes as well.
Yes. Can I share a very quick story?
Oh, please do.
There was once I was traveling in coach economy with my son on my lap. A man followed us into coach and asked, "Are you traveling with your son? Just you and your son?" I said, "Oh, yeah, on my lap." And the man said, "I did this before. Here, you take my first class ticket and I will sit here. You go up to first class and take my seat."
Just out of the blue?
Out of the blue. And I've never flown first class before.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Oh my goodness. It was the nicest thing a person has ever done to me.
That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
And
especially it's like 14 hours.
Right.
Oh, so
and
anyway.
it would have helped your son as well, you know, be a bit less people around. You feel a bit less stressed that people are paying attention. If you're...
Yeah, but it was one of the best travel moments I've ever experienced.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I hope that happens to me someday.
So one day, if I don't have my kids with me,
you'll pay it forward.
I want to do it. Unfortunately, I don't expect I'll be traveling first class.
Hey, you never know. You could have that
So
any
how
moment.
can I do it? 어쩔 수 없지만.
Yeah. Matthew, it's been a pleasure. Really interesting stuff as always. And I look forward to next week.
Yep, me too.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
All right, everyone, we're going to take a quick song break and we'll be right back. This is 경고 by 타샤니.
나만의 baby boo 사는 건 flat 너는 막을 수 없어 웃는 반이 incline Number 1, 2, 3, go 사는 끝까지 너의 사는 번의 기회는 끝나고 말았지 끓을 시켰니 또 하는 것 같지 너 했더니 말하다 나 you left with nada 이제 내가 다가오는 것만 알아 Say goodbye to my baby while we pass you by
네가 그럴 거린 걸 알아 아직 냉정히 난 떠났었잖아 너 때문에 헤매던 그를 위로했던 건 바로 나야 생각해봐 그 영감을 내게 상처받은 뒤로 얼마나 힘들었을지 Come on 이제서야 너의 그 눈을 벗어나 나는 내게 마음을 열게 될 거야 이러면 안 돼 그에게 다가오지 마 그의 사랑받을 자격은 없어 네가 필요할 때만 넌 그를 찾아오잖아 이제 내가 너를 용서할래
Asiatic nights for bad, the book pets, they ready for the test. They always got my back, I strength, I always ride by my side. Cause we're partners in rhyme through millennium times.
친구의 친구 사랑하게 되는 이 슬픈 영화 속의 주인공이 될지 몰랐어 혼자 나만을 원망하나 다시 그런 바보 같은 생각하지 않을 거야
Yeah, you know who we be, Baby T and the T's. In 99, prime time to shine. Baby, hit me one more time.
네가 그럴 거린 걸 알아 아직 냉정히 넌 떠났었잖아 너 때문에 헤매던 그
that was Kyunggo by Tashani, welcoming you back to For Your Busan. It is 5:53 in the afternoon. We've come basically to the end of the show. Thursday is down. Tomorrow is Friday, which means, of course, there's good stuff coming your way. We'll have My Home, My Busan with a new guest. We'll also have our ASMR Quizmaster. And it's Friday, which means, of course, there are good prizes like chicken on the line. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm going to wrap up. The show was produced by Jung Yuna, written by Hong Kyung-hwa. I've been your host, Nick. Our final song is going to be By My Side by Ha Hyun-sang and Adam. Everyone have a wonderful evening.
But this time it's different, even though it won't be long until I get to talk to the one that I miss the most. I just wanna let you know that I'm only waiting for the day I get to hold in my arms. I need you close. I wish I had you with me by my side. I wish I had you with me here tonight. When you're so far, I don't know why. I need to see those eyes, 'cause without you I'm falling apart. It's too hard on my heart. You break my phone, but without you it gets hard to know where I'm going, so I hit a wall, fall back into default till it all goes wrong. Oh, I just wanna let you know that I'm only waiting for the day I get to hold you in my arms. I need you close. I wish I had you with me by my side. I wish I had you with me here tonight, 'cause I can't get you off my mind. I need to see those eyes, 'cause without you I'm falling apart. I need to hear your voice, I miss those words. Lately there's nothing that could ever hurt like this. It's tearing me apart. It's too much for my heart to bear, 'cause you're not here. Need to know where you are. I hope it's not far. No matter where you are, the distance, it becomes too hard. Yeah, I just need you here now, 'cause I can't do this apart. I wish I had you with me by my side. I wish I had you with me here tonight. When you're so far